Hey, what's going on? Screen Thumb. Welcome back to the greenhouse. So we got a couple of things on the go today. One, I'm going to show you all the plants that have germinated and sprouted. And two, we're going to plant a couple of things. We're going to be planting some, get the glare out of there, some bunching green onions. I'm not even sure how many seeds I got in here, but we're going to plant everything I got. And we're going to plant some cilantro. So for you guys that grow cilantro, if you let it go to seed, this is what you're looking at. Lots and lots. And when you plant cilantro, well, I don't know about you, but when I plant cilantro in the garden, I don't plant individual plants. What I do is so I grow in my garden, I grow in a square foot format, right? So everything literally gets a measured 12-inch growth space, depending, 2 feet long, 3 feet long, 2 feet wide. However it works, it's always in 12-inch squares. So in the garden, when I plant cilantro, I literally take X amount of squares and I get the soil ready, it's nice and tilled up, nice and loose, and then I just spread seeds across the whole thing and I grow it up like a big green carpet, and then I harvest it as it grows. So we're going to do something sort of similar with that in a pot. And then I got to put some soil together because the cilantro, the pot that it's growing in, is going to be where it's going to stay all season. So I'm going to use more than just this Pro Mix. We're going to make a soil blend as well as, oh, almost smashed that. As well as the green onions. They're going to go in pots and they're going to grow in those pots all season. So I need to make sure that everything that's in those pots is going to feed them for the season. I'm going to fertilize them sporadically depending on, their characteristics, if they're showing me that they need some feeding. But that Pro Mix comes with 3 months worth of fertilizer in it, apparently, as well as what we're going to put into the soil to help it grow is going to help it carry through. So let's get started. I'm going to show you guys what's germinated. Wait till you see. And this was just handed to me by my support staff off screen, aka my oldest son. So do the things, okay? All right, I love y'all. Okay, guys, I'm going to apologize in advance. This video might be a little jumpy. My tripod just broke on me. It won't hold my phone up anymore. The pivot literally just grenaded, so I gotta hold my phone here. So these are the Tommy Toes and the Brandywine tomatoes we just put in here, 2 days ago? And check it out, they're already coming up. Tommy Toe, right there. Here's one of the Brandywines, right? That's already coming up. So we're rocking it on the tomatoes. And then, look at this one. Look at everything that we got growing here. Look at all the kale. Bam, 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 bam. So we have 5 kale plants in 4 cells. So this one is healthier than there's a little tiny sprout back there. So I'm just going to cut that little sprout out. And then the spinach is up. Right? And the dill. Look at all those beautiful little dill plants. We have Swiss chard. That's the rhubarb Swiss chard. See? They're coming up. Oh, tags in the way. And anything else that's up? You guys see anything? Nope, that's it. So, it's nice to see life in the greenhouse. It means that we're officially gardening now because we have life. All right, what's next? All right, I'm going to figure out how I'm going to film the rest of this with a broken tripod. So, here's the plan, guys. I'm sorry the camera angle's a little wonky here. I'm right back here. So, here's my bin of soil. You guys saw me fill up those trays with it the other day. So we're going to do a few things here. We're going to empty the rest of this Pro Mix in. All right. 1 bag of Pro Mix. We are going to throw in some perlite. Just going to open the bag here. There we go. We're going to throw in some perlite. Perlite is really good for drainage. It keeps little oxygen pockets inside your soil and stops your soil from compacting all hard and and gross. And it absorbs water. So we're gonna, covering up the lens there. When you're pouring your perlite in, try to do it close to your soil. It keeps the dust down. You can also use vermiculite for this. I like vermiculite as well. I just currently don't have any, and the store didn't have any when I was in there. So we're just gonna pour in a bunch of perlite. Next, we're going with eggshells for calcium, right? I don't know, there's about a cup of eggshells in there now. We are going to go with, where are they? Okay, here they are. Get rid of some of that so it doesn't spill. Okay, this is alfalfa pellets. It's sold as horse feed, okay? But you can buy a 50-pound bag. So here's an example, okay. So this is Gaia Green. This is the only fertilizer I trust, okay? I use this. I have all different kinds of buckets of this stuff here. So this is their veg formula, 444. You can buy a tub of alfalfa meal for like $25, or, and it's what, 2 kilos? Or you can buy 50 pounds of pelletized alfalfa for $17. Now, alfalfa has a lot of special properties to it. It's pretty much like adding an organic growth hormone into your soil because of the chemicals that are in it, as well as it's super high in nitrogen, as well as you can see, it's all organic matter, right? So this is going to break down and it's going to start to compost in my soil, which is also going to feed the biological life and help my plants grow. So get yourself some alfalfa, go to a country feed store, a country hardware store. They're going to sell it in those great big feed bags. 50 pounds, like $17. Probably one of the most important things that you can put into your soil. Next, earthworm castings. This stuff is like gold for your plants. So we're going to put about half of what's left in here. If you guys have never seen earthworm castings, I'll get some out of the bag here for you. There. It just looks like brown soil. It's just straight up worm poop, loaded with biological life. So we're going to put some of that in. That out of the way. And what's left? Oh yeah. And some Gaia Green 444. We're going to put in, let's pour it in a container so it's easier to eyeball. Oh, probably shouldn't be doing this inside. And we're putting in about 2 cups. There. Smells funky. All right, there, we got that. Now, all we're going to do is mix all this in. Break up all the clumps. See, the worm castings are in clumps. Break that up. Any of the Pro Mix that's in here that's in clumps, We're going to break that up. Clumps are bad. Just give this a good blend. All right. And this is what it looks like now. Lots of perlite in there. You can see the alfalfa pellets. And once the water hits those alfalfa pellets, they'll just swell up and then they'll just break down out of their pelletized form. It's just how they come out of the extruder, right? Because they're sold as horse feeds. So they just come in an easy manner where you can feed your horses with them. You know, pour it out of the bag and into a bucket or whatever. So, all right. That's all mixed up. I'm gonna go get the pots and we're gonna get to planting. Okay, so I've got 2 pots like this. 1, 2. We're gonna fill these up with soil. We're gonna grow green onions in these ones. 1. 2. All right. So there's our pots for our green onions. Next we need pot for cilantro. So I've got a whole bunch of these. All right. I don't know. These are what, a gallon or something. My boss is really cool. So I work for a landscape company, right? I drive truck for a landscape company. And my boss knows I've got a YouTube channel. So whenever he has the landscape crew planting flowers, he just sticks whole stacks of these behind my car at the shop at the end of the day, and I just bomb them into my trunk. And yes, remember I showed you guys in the video the other day? If you guys haven't seen the video I did the other day, you should really clean and sterilize your pots, okay, for when you're starting a new grow like this. You don't know what was in here before. So the whole big stack here, I got a stack of them. They've all been washed and cleaned. So we're going to fill this one up and we're going to plant some cilantro in this one. Okay, done. Now, let's get the lid back on that tote. Like that. Let's get these up here. And let's get these up here like that. Okay, we good? They're in frame? Yeah. Okay, so cilantro. Where's the cilantro? Oh, okay. The cilantro is currently lying on its side, holding up the back end of my tripod. All right, let's swap that out for the eggshells. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're totally ghetto around here. All right, so we'll just move those out of the way. So like I said, for cilantro, coriander, cilantro, whatever you want to call it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of handfuls out like that. We're just going to, let's turn this a little bit here. I'm going to take a bunch of seeds in my hand. Okay, cilantro seeds. You guys you can also cook with these too if you guys aren't aware. They have sort of a lemony flavor to them. They're used a lot in Indian cooking. They're really tasty. You can roast them off in a pan and cook with them. They're delicious. Multi-purpose. So we just sprinkle those in. See what I'm saying? Remember I said I just literally... So we're going to grow this just like a big green carpet. Okay? So we're going to take that. And then the handful of soil that I pulled out. We're just going to sprinkle it over the top. Like that. Cover them up a little bit. And then we will water that in. And then, let's turn the camera a little bit. Okay, we'll just move that right out of the way. I'll water that in after. Okay, so here is our pots for our green onions. So like I said, I don't know how many I have here. I just got an email from M.I. Gardener telling me that the seeds I have in my wish list are ready to go. So I have a couple of packs of these in my wish list. What do we got here? Oh yeah, we got a fair amount. Okay, so when you're planting bunching onions, see, annual bunching, see how they're kind of in groups and in groups? When these are grown, they are literally grown in clusters. They're harvested in clusters. They put the little elastic band on, they cut the roots off the bottom, and they sell them to you. So these plants like to grow in clumps. Okay, it's their preferred growth method. So all we're going to do is I figure 4 clusters per pot. So we're just going to smooth out the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 holes. Now, if I was planting these in my garden, I would put roughly 10 seeds per hole. But because I can't grow 40 seeds in that little thing, right? Okay, so here are green onion seeds. They're tiny. So I'm just going to take a couple per hole, like that. Just drop them in. I'm putting maybe 4 or 5 per. Like that. A few more. And a few more, like that. Okay, we're going to put the rest back in the bag. So when these are harvested, what I'm going to do is I'll start these now, and maybe in 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to start more of these pots of green onions, because as you start to harvest them, you kind of want to succession plant them, right? So I'll probably have multiple pots like this of green onions just cycling through the growth cycle here. So we just cover them up a little bit. And then that's it for green onions. And I think that's all we're planting today. So now we just gonna give them a watering. Get them soaked. Start that germination process. And when these start growing up, there'll just be 4 clusters in each pot. And we'll just keep them nice and moist. And it won't be that long before we start seeing these poking up through the soil either. And then I'm going to soak down that cilantro as well. And we're off to the races. And upstairs I've still got peppers germinating. And I have more tomato seeds, the cucumber seeds. And when those are ready, we'll do another video. We'll stick those in the ground too. So, okay. Well, that's it for today, guys. And hope you're all growing food. I mean, you guys can grow food in little tiny spots too, right? You don't have to have a big greenhouse like this. You can, some people even just grow herbs and stuff on their kitchen counter with one of those little tiny Walmart grow lights. I don't know how well that works. I've never tried that, but people seem to do it, so I guess it works. But, you know, if you have the option and you have a little tiny space, just grow something. Every little bit that you can grow will cut back on your food bill. And let's face it, who doesn't like to see new life coming up, right? Especially now, I have a brand new foot of snow that landed on my house outside overnight. It is still snowing. It's going to snow till tomorrow. So I can come down here and I have brand new germinating life inside my house while everything up outside is a frozen white north. So it's kind of spiritually uplifting. All right, guys. So if you're not subscribed, hit that little notification bell and the subscribe button, and leave me a comment if you want. Share this video out. You know, do all those things. And like I always say, grow good food. Love y'all. See ya.